Welcome to my channel, Crochet for Baby. Thank you for watching and thank you for subscribing. In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to crochet these baby booties or baby shoes for babies between 6 and 9 months old. I made them to match this little set that I showed you for little girls, which includes the little cardigan sweater, the matching baby pants, and the little dress. Stay tuned for the matching diaper cover and the little bonnet. Now, these baby booties, like I said, are for babies between 6 and 9 months old, but you can easily make them smaller or bigger from 0 to 3 months and up to 24 months. Down here in the information box, I'm going to leave some information on how you can make them smaller or bigger, so be sure to check that out. Now, if you prefer a written pattern, I'll leave the link to my Etsy shop in the information box as well. Okay, let's get started, but don't forget, all of my tutorials are always in English and in Spanish. Also, don't forget to subscribe, activate the notifications bell so that you don't miss any of my tutorials, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Thank you for watching. To begin, I'll be using this 3mm crochet hook, and today I'm using this baby DK weight yarn. You can also use any number 3 yarn or a ply, and this is the brand of yarn that I'm using. Now, to begin, I have 17 chains on the 3rd chain from the hook. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to make a double crochet. Double crochet into the next chain. Make sure that when you make these chains, only go through one of the loops. And then continue just making one double crochet for each one of the chains until you come to the last chain. I will meet you here to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I finished making these double crochets. I still have one more chain left. I have 14 double crochets plus the 2 chains we have here at the beginning. Now, into this last chain, we're going to make 7 double crochets. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 double crochets. Now pull this yarn so that this hole here closes. Now we're going to make 14 double crochets along this other side. So beginning into this next stitch, make your first double crochet and continue making 1 double crochet for each of these stitches until you have 14. Continue, and I'll meet you at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I finished making these 14 double crochets. Now into this next stitch right here, right there, you're going to make 7 double crochets. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now to finish, go on top of the first double crochet, not the chains but the double crochet, and join with a slip stitch. And this is how I finished the first row. So for the first row we have 14 double crochets, 14 double crochets, 7 double crochets, and 7 double crochets. So that's 14 plus 14 plus 7 plus 7, that's 42 double crochets. Now for the second row, chain 2. Now the 2 chains do not count as a double crochet. Here we're going to make 14 double crochets, so beginning into the same stitch we did the slip stitch, which is the first double crochet, make a double crochet on top of the next, and so on. Continue and make these 14 double crochets, and I'll meet you right about here to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I finished making these 14 double crochets, not including the 2 chains. Now into these next 7 double crochets, we're going to make 2 double crochets on each. So beginning on top of the first one, make 2 double crochets. That's 1, 2, into the next, 3 and 4, into the third, 5 and 6, into the fourth, 7 and 8, into the fifth, 9 and 10, into the 6, 11, and 12, and into the 7th, 13, and 14. Okay, see, that's how we're going to work this part here. Now we're going to work these next 14 double crochets, so continue, and I'll meet you right about here to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I finished making these 14 double crochets. Now into the next 7 double crochets, we're going to make 2 double crochets on top of each one. So beginning into this first one, make 2 double crochets. That's 1 and 2. Into the second, 3 and 4. Into the third, 5 and 6. Into the fourth, 7 and 8. Into the fifth, 9 and 10. Into the 6th, 11th and 12. And into the 7th, 13 and 14. Now to finish, we're going to go on top of the first double crochet and join with a slip stitch. And this is how I finished this second row. Now for the second row, we have 14, 14, 14, and 14. So that's a total of 56 double crochets. Now I'll come back and show you what we need to do next. Okay, so we finished the second row with a total of 56 double crochets. So here I've cut my yarn, so just pass your yarn through that last loop. Now this part here is done. It's measuring about 11 centimeters, which is almost 4.5 inches. Now I have 2 stitch markers. This is just to determine the center here on this side. So we have 28 stitches on this side and 28 stitches on this side. So this here is the center. So what we're going to do next is I'm going to remove this stitch marker. I don't need it. So into this stitch right there, I'm going to insert my hook. I'm actually going to go like this because this is going to be the right side. This is going to be on the inside of the baby booty. So here we're going to grab a loop, bring it through the front like this. Chain 2. The 2 chains never count as a stitch from here on. They're just there to cover any gaps that are left when you join. Instead of joining to the chains, we're going to join to the first double crochet. So here, beginning into the same stitch here, I'm going to make a double crochet, then double crochet into the next, and so on. This is all I'm going to do all around, just make double crochets. At the end of this row, I should have a total of 56 double crochets as well. Now I'm going to make these double crochets because I want to show you something here. When you come to where we've been joining for these last 2 rows that we did. Oh, and we're going to start counting rows. So this is going to be your first row. So here we have the chains and then the double crochet. Make sure you go on top of the double crochet to make your next double crochet. And then continue around just making double crochets like this. So continue, and I'll meet you here at the end of this first row to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this first row. I have a total of 56 double crochets. To finish, go on top of the first double crochet and join with a slip stitch. Now for the second row, chain 2, and into this same stitch here, make a double crochet. Here, to continue for this row, all we're going to do is just make double crochets on each one of these stitches. So continue all around. At the end of this row, you're going to have 56 double crochets, not including the 2 chains. Continue, and I'll meet you here to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this second row. I have 56 double crochets. To finish, go on top of the first double crochet and join with a slip stitch. Now, this is how I finished this second row with 56 double crochets. Now for the third row, what we're going to do is we're going to start now reducing here the front of the baby booty. So here I have placed 2 stitch markers. So between this stitch marker and the first double crochet, I have 16 double crochets. Between this stitch marker and this one right in the front, I have 24 double crochets. Then between this stitch marker and the last double crochet here, I have 16. So 16, 16, 24. So for the third row, chain 2, and into the same stitch here, make a double crochet. Here we're going to make a total of 16 double crochets, so continue and I'll meet you right about here to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I finished making these 16 double crochets, not including the 2 chains. Now into these next 24 double crochets, we're going to work stitch reduction. So yarn over, insert your hook into the next double crochet, grab a loop, take 2 loops off, yarn over, insert your hook into the next, grab a loop, take 2 loops off, 3 loops on the hook, close. Here's our first stitch reduction, which counts as 1 double crochet. So again, yarn over, insert your hook into the next stitch, take 2 loops off, yarn over, insert your hook into the next, take 2 loops off, 3 loops on the hook, close. Here's our second double crochet. Again, yarn over, insert your hook into the next stitch, take 2 loops off, yarn over, insert your hook into the next, take 2 loops off, 3 loops on the hook, close. This is how I'm going to continue from here on. So that was 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we have 12 stitches here for the front. Now we're going to continue and finish these last 16 double crochets. So continue and I'll meet you at the end of this row to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this third row. To finish, go on top of the first double crochet and join with a slip stitch, and this is how I finish the third row. Now in this row we have 16 double crochets plus 16, plus in the front we had 12 double crochets, so that's a total of 44 double crochets. Now in the fourth row, what we're going to do is we're going to work 12 double crochets here first. So to begin, chain 2 and into the same stitch here, make a double crochet, continue and work these 12 double crochets, and I'll meet you right about here to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I finished making these 12 double crochets, not including the 2 chains. Now into these next 4 double crochets right here, we're going to work a stitch reduction. So yarn over, insert your hook, grab a loop, take 2 loops off, yarn over, insert your hook into the next, take 2 loops off, 3 loops on the hook, close. Same thing into the next 2, 3 loops, close. Now these next 12 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, these are the stitch reductions that we worked on the previous row. So we're going to reduce this part a bit more as well. So to do this, same thing, yarn over, insert your hook into the next stitch, take 2 loops off, yarn over, insert your hook into the next, take 2 loops off, 3 loops on the hook, close. Again, work another stitch reduction, 3 loops, close. So here I have, let's see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so we did 10 stitch reductions here, and that's what it looks like. So now we're going to continue and just work these last 12 double crochets. So continue and I'll meet you right about here, right at the end, to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I finished making these last 12 double crochets. Now to finish, go on top of the first double crochet and join with a slip stitch. And this is how I finished this fourth row, we have 12 plus 12 plus 10. That's 34 double crochets for this fourth row. Now for the fifth row, I've already moved my stitch markers. Here I have 10 double crochets. For the front, I have 14, and here for this side, I have 10. So in this row, we're going to chain 2, and into this same stitch here, make a double crochet. Here we're going to make a total of 10 double crochets. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now into the next 4 stitches, this is what we're going to do. We're going to yarn over, insert your hook into the first stitch, take 2 loops off. Yarn over, insert your hook into the next, take 2 loops off, 3 loops, close. Again, repeat the same thing. Yarn over, insert your hook into the next stitch, take 2 loops off, yarn over, insert your hook into the next, take 2 loops off, 3 loops, close. Now into the next 6 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we're going to work 1 double crochet on each. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now into the next 4 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, we're going to reduce again. So yarn over, insert your hook into the next stitch, take 2 loops off, yarn over, insert your hook into the next, take 2 loops off, 3 loops, close. Again into the next 2, take 2 loops off, yarn over, take 2 loops off, 3 loops, close. Now for this front part, we should have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 stitches. Now we're going to finish these last 10 double crochets, so I'll meet you at the end of this 5th row. Okay, I'm here at the end of this 5th row. I have 30 double crochets. Now to finish, go on top of the first double crochet and join with a slip stitch. And this is how I finish this 5th row. Now from here on, we're not going to make any more reductions. We're just going to continue with these 30 double crochets. So for the next 2 rows, rows 6 and 7, we're going to chain 1. And beginning here, we have our first double crochet. You're going to make a front post double crochet. Then you're going to make a back post double crochet, front post double crochet, back post double crochet. This is all you're going to do for the next 2 rows. When you get here to where we have these stitches here where we did the reductions, just treat it as 1 stitch. You're going to insert your hook like this and then continue all around, and you're going to have 30 stitches or 30 double crochets. When you finish this row, join here to the side where we have this chain with a slip stitch, chain 1, and then repeat the same thing, front post and back post double crochets. That's how you're going to work these next 2 rows. So continue, and I'll meet you at the end of the 7th row. I'm here at the end of this 7th row. Now to finish this row, go on top of the first double crochet and join with a slip stitch. And this is how I finish this 7th row. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to chain 2 and turn. Now for rows 8 and 9, what we're going to do is just double crochets all around. So to begin, into this first double crochet that's right here, see this one here, make a double crochet on top, double crochet on top of the next, and so on. This is all we're going to do, and we're going to work these rows from the inside out, because once we turn this, it's going to be on the right side. So continue like this. At the end of this row, we're going to have 30 double crochets. To finish, you're just going to go on top of the first double crochet, join with a slip stitch, chain 2, and then repeat the same thing. Okay, I finished rows 8 and 9. This is where I did double crochets all around. At the end of each one of these rows, I had 30 double crochets. Now for row 10, chain 2 into this same stitch here, which is the same one where we joined with a slip stitch, make a double crochet. Now into these next 2 double crochets, I'm going to make a double crochet decrease. So yarn over, insert your hook into the first double crochet, take 2 loops off, leave 2 loops on the hook, yarn over, insert your hook into the next, take 2 loops off, 3 loops on the hook, close. Now this stitch here counts as 1 double crochet. Continue now all around, just making 1 double crochet for this 10th row. I will meet you at the end of this 10th row right here to show you what we need to do next. I'm here at the end of this 10th row. I have 2 double crochets here at the end. Here at the end, I'm going to work a double crochet decrease as well. So yarn over, insert your hook into the next stitch, take 2 loops off, leave 2 loops on the hook. Yarn over, insert your hook into the next, take 2 loops off, 3 loops on the hook, close. Now to finish this 10th row, go on top of the first double crochet and join with a slip stitch. And this is how I finish the 10th row with a total of 28 stitches at the end of this row. Remember that here at the beginning we did a double crochet decrease, and then we did one here at the end as well. So that's a total of 28 double crochets. Now for row 11, chain 2, and into the same stitch here make a double crochet. Double crochet on top of the next, double crochet on top of the next, and so on. For this row, this is all we're going to do. We're just going to make double crochets all around. And at the end of this 11th row, you should have a total of 28 double crochets. Continue. I'll meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I finished row 11. Here at the end, I just joined with a slip stitch. At the end of this 11th row, I have a total of 28 double crochets all around. Now, one thing, if you want to make this baby booty for baby boys, and you don't want to continue and do the little ruffles that we're going to do here like this, then just leave it like this. See? This is perfect. It's got a little cuff, and you can even just weave a ribbon there. That would be up to you. Now, we're going to continue, and like I said, we're going to make this little ruffle here all around. So to do this, we're going to chain 1, and into this same stitch here, make a single crochet. This is the same stitch where we joined to finish the 11th row. Now, chain 1, skip 1 double crochet, and into the next, this one here, make a shell. Each one of these shells is going to consist of 4 double crochets. 4 double crochets, chain 1, skip 1 double crochet, and into the next, make a single crochet, chain 1, skip 1 double crochet, and into the next, make a shell. And this is how you're going to continue for the rest of this 12th row. You're going to make a shell, chain 1, skip 1 double crochet, and into the next, make a single crochet, chain 1, and then skip 1 double crochet, and into the next, a shell. That's all we're going to do for the rest of this 12th row. Continue. I will meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. I'm here at the end of this 12th row. This is where we did shells separated by 1 single crochet. Here at the end, I have my last shell and a chain here at the end. To finish, just go into the single crochet here and join with a slip stitch. And this is how I finished this 12th row with a total of 7 shells all around. Now for row 13, turn. We have the first shell, we have 4 double crochets. Into the first double crochet here, make a front post slip stitch. Now chain 3, and then make a front post double crochet into the next, chain 1, and then 2 front post double crochets. Now we have the second shell, make 2 front post double crochets, chain 1, 2 front post double crochets. This is all we're going to do for the 13th row, so continue like this. I'll meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. I'm here at the end of this 13th row. This is where I did front post double crochets. To finish this row, go into the 3rd chain here at the beginning and join with a slip stitch. Now for row 14, turn. Don't chain or anything, just turn. Now on top of these 2 double crochets, make a slip stitch. Into the chain 1 space, make a slip stitch. So here I have 3 slip stitches. Now chain 1, and into this same space here, make a single crochet, chain 1. Now in the middle of the shell, so right here, we're going to make a fan. Each one of the fans is going to consist of 5 double crochets separated by 1 chain. So double crochet, chain 1, that's 1, 2, chain 1, 3, chain 1, 4, chain 1, 5, chain 1. Here's the first fan. 2, 4, 5 double crochets separated by 1 chain. Now into this shell here in the middle where we have the chain 1 space, make a single crochet, chain 1, and then again in the middle of these 2 shells into this space here, make your fan. So 5 double crochets separated by 1 chain. 3, 4, 5, chain 1 and single crochet on top of the shell, chain 1, and then again in between the next 2 another fan. And this is how we're going to continue for the 14th row. Continue. I'll meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I finished the 14th row. This is where we did these fans. I have a total of 7 fans. Now here at the end I did 1 chain and then I joined to the single crochet with a slip stitch, cut my yarn and passed my yarn through this last loop. Now we're almost done. We're going to turn now because for the 15th row we're going to change color here. I'm going to use this white yarn and I'm going to go here. This is the last fan that I did. So into the last chain 1 that I did before I joined, grab a loop, bring it through the front, chain 3. Now into each one of these chain 1 spaces we're going to make a single crochet, chain 3, single crochet, chain 3, single crochet, chain 3, single crochet, chain 3, single crochet into the last chain 1 space of this fan. And this is how we're going to work each one of the fans. You should have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chain 3 spaces. Now to make the next one, skip the single crochet and into this chain 1 space here before the first double crochet, make a single crochet, chain 3, single crochet, chain 3, and so on. That's all we're going to do for the rest of this last row. Continue. I will meet you here at the end to show you the finished baby booties. Okay, I finished making the last row. Here at the end I just joined to the beginning with a slip stitch, cut my yarn and passed my yarn through that last loop, and then I just hit all my ends. So this little booty here is all done. I went ahead and did the second booty. You're going to do it exactly in the same way. There is no right or left booty, so it's done exactly in the same way. Now here in the center I just weaved in this ribbon. The ribbon that I use is this one here. It's 1/4 of an inch ribbon, so you can use the same size. So the little booties are all done to match the little sweater that I showed you, this one here, with the little pants and the little dress, this here. If you want to see these tutorials, just click the little lamb down here next to my channel name and it'll take you to my main channel page. You will find the tutorials there, or I'll leave them here in the information box as well. Okay, so this was today's tutorial. Stay tuned for the matching baby Bonneter hat and the matching diaper cover to match the little dress. Okay, so thanks for watching. Until next time.